You can, we're being recorded. So you are in the right place if you are here for the Cleantech Open Northeast event here with the New Jersey Economic Development Authority. So welcome everyone. And I'm Beth Zonis. I'm the Senior Director of Cleantech Open Northeast, and I would love to introduce my team. If we can start that way, I think that will be really fun. So maybe before you put the screen on, Talley, that might be better to just say hi to everybody. Maybe we could do a quick, since there aren't that many of us, maybe if people want to introduce themselves, we'll know who everyone is up front. I think that could be really fun. I'm the Senior Director of Cleantech Open Northeast. I've been doing this since 2017, although I started in 2009 as a mentor. So I've been involved with Cleantech Open for quite a while. My colleague Talley Cain is our program manager. Talley, do you want to say hi?
Hi, everyone. Great to be here.
Yes, there's Talley. And then we have Safia Elmi. Safia, do you want to say hi?
Hi, I'm currently working with Cleantech Open Northeast as their spring program coordinator. Nice to meet all of you.
Yes, thank you, Safia. And we're also going to hear from Judith Sheft and Jonathan Ratner. If you guys want to say hello, we can spotlight you for a moment.
Hi, I'm Judith Sheft from the Commission on Science, Innovation, and Technology.
And by a process of elimination, I am Jonathan Ratner from the sister brother agency of the Commission of the New Jersey Economic Development Authority, where I'm the sector advisor for clean energy.
Great, thank you. Thank you both for all you do for Cleantech Open and our startups and the world of clean tech innovation. And I also want to introduce our another sponsor with ties to New Jersey, which is Maria Guercio of Chubb. Maria, do you want to say hello?
Hey everyone, happy to be here. Thanks Beth for introducing me. So Chubb's been a sponsor for a few years now. Excited to be here for 2022 as well. And then our connection to New Jersey is that our Chubb's head office is actually in New Jersey. And 2.5 years ago, we built a really great risk engineering facility to help out all of our clients and prospective clients really address some of the risk exposures and controls when it comes to insurance. And I just realized I didn't introduce who Chubb was as I say insurance. So let me back up just one quick second, Beth. So first of all, Chubb Insurance, which is the company that I work for, is an insurance company. We're the largest property and casualty insurance company worldwide. We have a very large presence in North America. And my role at Chubb, and one of my roles at Chubb, is really just to lead the clean technology division. So we love to sponsor industry associations such as this one over here. And ultimately our goal is to learn, provide thought leadership when it comes to risk management, and provide insurance solutions to early stage, lower middle market and middle market clients within the clean tech space.
Thank you, Maria. That was unscripted, so thank you very much for adding that in today. So I guess, Talley, why don't we just start with the presentation, and other people will get to introduce themselves. I want to save some of the surprises for a little bit later, because we're going to hear from a few of our entrepreneurs who have graduated from Cleantech Open, as well as one of our mentors. So here goes. Cleantech Open, for those of you who don't know, is a national program we run here in the Northeast out of an organization called NECEC, which is the Northeast Clean Energy Council. And you met the team. So the Northeast Clean Energy Council provides regulatory and policy work on one side of the house, and really laying the green carpet for the rest of us on the innovation side, who are really bringing up the next generation of clean tech innovators and entrepreneurs, and then helping them progress through a follow-on program that we have in-house called Navigate, which helps to connect early stage startups with a variety of investors and potential customers. Next slide, please. So I want to do an official introduction of Judith Sheft and Jonathan Ratner. Judith and Jonathan have been working with us for a few years, sponsoring Cleantech Open Northeast. And I believe that the real goal here is for us to really help with economic development in the clean tech sector in New Jersey. So that is the focus here. Jonathan is the sector advisor for clean energy at the New Jersey Economic Development Authority, and Judith is the executive director of the New Jersey Commission on Science, Innovation, and Technology, which is part of NJEDA as well. I think we can stop sharing and let each of them have a few words, and then we'll resume with our presentation. So take it away, Judith and Jonathan.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Beth. Great to be here with you all. Great to be supporting Cleantech Open again this year, as Cleantech Open has been in such a fantastic way, been supporting the early stage clean tech companies in New Jersey. A shout out to the alums that are on the call, who are all from recent year cohorts and are New Jersey based companies, and really show what New Jersey companies can do when they're getting the right kind of support in terms of upping their game. We even have with us representative of Princeton NuEnergy, which was the grand prize winner across all the regions, the entire country last year, based right here in New Jersey. I'm going to speak just generally about the EDA and what we're doing to support innovation mostly, and then Judith will speak a little more specifically about the clean tech, and especially early stage clean tech area. The role of the Economic Development Authority has shifted a little bit over these last years since Governor Murphy first administration started. Much more innovation focused, much more of a strategic kind of focus. We've really picked some sectors that we're betting on as core to the future economic development of the state, and there's a very big emphasis on emphasizing innovation once again, and kind of restoring New Jersey to the kind of greatness that is historically had. I mean, 5 miles from here, we're sitting in downtown Newark. Thomas Edison invented everything from the light bulb to the phonograph to who knows what else. 20 miles down the road, Bell Labs, everything from the transistor to a lot of the core technology for solar photovoltaics. There's a lot of things that have been going on at EDA to support innovation across these core sectors, of which clean tech is a very important one. All kinds of programs, a new Evergreen Fund, which is more for late stage VC kind of support for companies. There's programs like NJ Accelerate, where we support accelerators, really the people that participate in accelerators, and happy to say that Cleantech Open was the second accelerator in the country to join and be accepted into that program. And there's a number of other things that we've got, like a great matching program for angel investment that comes into New Jersey companies. Very excited about the fact that Sean O'Sullivan, one of the leading venture capitalists, not only in the US, but in the world really, has started up his US base of operations for several sectors, one of which is clean tech and decarbonization, right here in downtown Newark. And it's a great fit with Cleantech Open. They start out by making a $250,000 investment in the companies they invest in. And for the strongest of the Cleantech Open cohort graduates, that's the place they should be looking to next. Last but certainly not least, we're in the process of finalizing the details for our sponsorship this year, and happy to say though that That will once again include tuition support for New Jersey-based companies that participate and successfully complete the 2022 Cleantech Open Accelerator Program. So I'm going to put my name and email address and phone number, reach number, into the chat, and can certainly follow up with you with more details on that. The only thing that really requires any further discussion is like understanding what is involved in being considered New Jersey based. And Judith and Talley and Sophia will all have information on that as well. I'm going to pass it over to Judith.
Actually, before Judith speaks, I want to interrupt and make sure that we emphasize what Jonathan just said. This is a really great opportunity for any early stage clean tech startups in New Jersey, based in New Jersey, who participate in the 2022 Cleantech Open and complete the program. There's a reimbursement option from the New Jersey EDA. So keep that in mind. It makes it, if not free, almost free. We will have to look and see how many people are part of that, and divide the numbers equally, but it should come out to almost free to participate, which is an incredible value, of course. So I'll turn it back over to Judith.
Great, thank you, Beth. And Talley is going to throw up some slides. I want to just talk a little bit more specifically about some of the clean tech support from the Commission on Science, Innovation, and Technology. And the Commission, while we're sort of in but not of the EDA, sort of has a separate budget that is from the state legislature. And we have a number of different kinds of programs on the next slide that specifically address the kinds of support that we have. So we have an SBIR, STTR matching program. We've run 3 rounds of program support, and companies who have gotten federal SBIR support are able to apply to us to get additional matching funds. If you've completed a phase 1 program, you can apply for $25,000. If you've received a phase 1 and you've now applied for phase 2, you can apply for $50,000. We've run 3 rounds of the program, given out close to $2 million to 66 companies. We anticipate opening up the 4th round of the program in the August timeframe. Then we have a series of grant programs where we will provide up to $75,000 for companies who are doing research and development activity. We did a successful pilot program for the Cleantech Sea Grant program a year ago. And on the next slide, I'm going to show you our Cleantech Seed Grant Round 2 program is still open. So you've got time to apply. The deadline is March 21st. So it's next Monday before 5 p.m. At 5 p.m., it's going to absolutely close. But before that, you can apply to get up to $75,000 for anything that you're doing that reduces or mitigates greenhouse gas in a whole variety of eligible industry sectors. And some of the people who are going to be talking to you later today in the program are companies who participated both in Cleantech Open Northeast, but also received these seed grants from the Commission on Science, Innovation, and Technology. So you'll see that these things all kind of knit together and create a scaffold of support for companies. If you think, oh my gosh, this is coming up really fast, do I have time to complete the application? Let me tell you, we accept the applications and then we do a completeness review. So if there's some of the administrative pieces you're not sure that you can pull together in time to do the application, let me encourage you to apply, because you're going to have then we do a review and you'll have time to get the rest of your application material together. On the next slide, I'll show you some of the companies who received funding last year in June. These were the top 10 companies who received funding from the Commission a year ago. And again, you can see, Princeton, NuEnergy that Jonathan mentioned, Andluca, Farm to Flame. So again, this is a great program to kind of complement work on the on what happens with Cleantech Open Northeast. The last slide I want to mention is another resource that we have available to companies, which is a website called Research with New Jersey. And it allows you to find faculty who at New Jersey universities who may be able to support your work. It also helps identify particular pieces of equipment as you're working on your projects. You may say, gosh, I'd really love to be able to access this particular piece of equipment at Princeton University or Rutgers or NJIT. This website, Research with New Jersey, can help you identify assets to help you collaborate, and you can reach out to us if you're having any difficulty. Once you got on the platform, being able to connect with the appropriate faculty or core lab facilities. Again, we see a lot of our programming really complements the work of Cleantech Open, and I look forward to hearing from the companies.
That is really awesome, Judith and Jonathan. And I want to just point out that of the companies that Judith mentioned as winning the $75,000 in 2021, 4 of them are Cleantech Open alumni: Green Blue, Princeton NuEnergy, Andluca, and Farm to Flame Energy. And today we're going to hear from 3 of those. We're going to hear from Princeton NuEnergy, Andluca, and Farm to Flame. So get excited. So we will continue though with our presentation. It just is incredible the amount of work that that NJEDA and CSIT have put into supporting clean tech innovation. And I just think that there are really great opportunities for people in New Jersey to continue your work with the R&D and the grants and the SBIR and STTR funding assistance. So much to work toward. Okay, we're gonna this is like a little flash message. If you are a prospective Cleantech Open startup thinking of applying or have applied to Cleantech Open, we would love to hear from you. So you should send a quick message via chat to Talley Cain, let her know who you are, your name, your team name, and we will tee you up at the end for a 1-minute pitch. So get ready, start thinking about what you'll say. Okay, next slide. Okay, so I want to thank all of our 2022 sponsors. We have a fabulous group of sponsors. All of these organizations are making it possible for us to run this program here in the Northeast, but also to give every single startup opportunities to really work, to really have different possibilities of working with each of these companies as appropriate. So heading it off, the Massachusetts Clean Energy Center and NYSERDA are our premier sponsors, similar to New Jersey Economic Development Authority, but in different states. So Massachusetts and New York. The Sire Foundation is sponsoring two special awards this year for startups in our cohort. One is about ag, food, and land use, and the other is for a startup with a carbon sequestration solution. You'll see that there are a number of regional silver sponsors alongside NJEDA and CSIT. We have the Canadian Consulate in New York, which is helping us with bidirectional relations with Canada. Foley Hoag is a general law firm with some great resources. You do need an attorney if you are starting a business. Schneider Electric is a technology company that specializes in data centers and microgrids and some other things. Sunstein is a law firm specializing in IP, so patents and licensing, which are really important topics. And then you'll see some bronze sponsors. So we have Asahi Glass Company, if you're working in some specialty materials and glass, maybe a company to know. Citi, which is Citibank. Chubb, you heard from Maria a little while ago, and there's a section that she and her team run during the cohort about how to work with an insurance company and why you really need to stress test your technology and how they do that at Chubb. Constellation is an energy technology company. Novartis is pharmaceuticals, and Xylem is water tech. I won't get into all of the others here, but suffice it to say that the logos on the right side are in-kind sponsors which offer the equivalent of about $300,000 worth of goods and services ranging from incubator space to consulting services to software for our startups. Lots of opportunities here. Next slide. So what do we consider clean tech? It's the same as what NJEDA considers clean tech. You saw the list on Judith's slide for the grant program. We basically consider pretty much anything that has a potential to improve the environment. So if you have a solution that has an environmental benefit, you are in consideration. We are interested in technology, services, as well as business model solutions. So lots of opportunities here. Next slide, please. So what do? We have a program that is a very rigorous program. I want to make sure you all are aware. We keep you very busy. Probably the best part of it is our mentoring. As a company in the Northeast, you would have access to typically 4 mentors who would basically be your advisory board as you go through the program. And in addition, we have lots of events, which starts with a national academy at the beginning of the program and continues on to include a lot of coaching sessions at our business clinics where you get to test out your assumptions and work with new experts and really hear from different people about different perspectives on how you should be making what you can do to make your business better and the kinds of people who can help you. And I should point out that the mentors are meant to be advisors, not to do the work for you. They are all volunteers. They also are in a position in many cases to make introductions for you and help you expand your network. And in many cases, and our startups who are going to speak today can speak to this, as to in some cases they are continuing to stay involved with the startups that they mentor in a variety of different ways. Sometimes they stay on as an official advisory board or perhaps working as consultants or maybe even joining the team. We provide access to capital in the form of cash awards, but also introductions to investors and potential customers. And then we also have there are opportunities for everybody to pitch and compete for cash prizes, which I will share with you momentarily. Next slide. So here's our schedule. Applications are due April 17th. I strongly recommend that you get started on your application as soon as possible. There are a lot of questions that require some thought and some back and forth with your colleagues. So don't delay on opening and getting that started. In May, we will select the cohort. We will match mentors and introduce mentors to everybody, match mentors and startups. And we get started with our first big event for everybody across the entire country and perhaps others from around the globe as well at our National Academy. All of these events are virtual. We are, I guess you could say, probably from the May through September 27th. All of these events are exclusive for the startups in the Cleantech Open and the others who are helping. This is meant to be a safe space for everybody to work, stress test your assumptions, and really think through how are you going to run your business moving forward. September 28th, we're planning to hold our regional finals as a big public event. Actually, the 27th and 28th will probably be in the Boston area. And we will keep you posted on where and the specifics. And then our global forum, which is the culmination of the whole thing for everybody, will be in October, most likely in conjunction with a program called Verge, which is the Green Biz event, which will be held in San Jose in California. So next slide. So what do you have to do? As a startup, you are responsible for a number of different deliverables. And these are all things that really will serve you as you build and grow your business. So lots of different things that are in between the lines here, but these are the core deliverables that you would be responsible for. It's pretty much one per week as you go through the program. We start with the business model canvas, and you continue to update that as you have additional information to add or modify. So we cover all kinds of things from sustainability to GHG-ERP, which stands for Greenhouse Gas Emissions Reduction Potential, which is a way to help you measure and calculate your potential footprint and how you will reduce carbon emissions and other emissions. We get into go-to-market strategy and legal topics and how to build your team and how to validate your technology or solution and how to build partnerships. Lots of things that are not necessarily in the deliverables that you see here, but they are all part of what you will learn in this program and take away as you are ready at the end to tell your story to the public and hopefully raise money, get customers, and build your team. Next slide, please. So how much does it cost? It costs $75 to apply. The application, again, is due April 17th. And if you are accepted and you decide to participate, the cost is $13.50. If you are a student, the cost will be $9.75. And as you can see here, companies from different locations will have some opportunities to get some different levels of reimbursement. So New Jersey is right in there, as Jonathan stated. We do not take any equity, so this is it. You don't have to give us any percentage of your business or anything like that. This is like a course fee. And I will point out that the cost is closer to $6,000 per team. And so this is a pretty good deal. Next slide, please. So in case some of you may not have seen this, or maybe you have, in 2020, we did a little bit of analysis of our alumni over the years, and we found that we had 414 alumni since 2005. And we also were pleased to be able to say that 68% were still in business, earning $279 million per year and having raised $653 million. We believe the numbers are significantly higher, and we are hoping to do an updated analysis at some point soon to keep you posted on how we are really doing. If you look at the top right here, you will see the map. So this includes Eastern Canada, Maine, south through Pennsylvania. That's the Northeast region, according to the Cleantech Open regions that we have. You can also see we had 3,300 people were employed by our startups, and our diversity has been increasing. And in 2020, and then again in 2021, we were about 62% of our startups that had a woman or a minority founder. So we're pretty happy about the trajectory. We want to do better in diversity, and we have some plans for that. Next slide. Okay, so greenhouse gas emissions reduction potential. Last year was the first year that we ran this exercise, and the startups collectively in the Northeast cohort estimated their projected reduction in greenhouse gas emissions at 101 million metric tons of CO2 equivalent per year when they're at scale. So these are future estimates per year, but this is equivalent to taking 22 million cars off the road, and we're only talking about 44 startups. So if you think about all these years of startups that have gone through, we really need to look at how to measure how all of them are actually doing. And if anyone has any good ideas about how to do that, I'd love to talk with you. So next slide, please. So what do we have going on here? We have some key things this year that we will continue to focus on: diversity, equity, and inclusion, building that into the program and enabling you to build that into the culture of your startup. We have $60,000 in cash prizes in the Northeast, and that includes six prizes overall, 4 general prizes, and 2 specialty prizes. The 2 specialty prizes are agriculture, food, and land use, and carbon sequestration. Next slide, please. So what do we look for in your application? Market, solution, and team. It's pretty straightforward. We want to make sure that you are solving a problem that needs to be solved, that there's enough there to support a business, and that your solution is going to, that it could potentially work, and that it doesn't break the laws of physics. It addresses the market need that you've identified, and that it really could make a significant difference if it's implemented as you hope, and that you have a team that really could do the work that you're stating that you can do. Next slide, please. Okay, now we get to hear from our people. So I am not sure, but I think Julia may have joined the call, so we can actually put you on first, Julia, if you'd like.
Yeah, sure.
You could say a few things about mentoring. Julia has been a mentor in this space for many years, and we are really pleased to have her as a lead mentor, and really, Julia is fabulous. I also want to just do a quick intro of all of these other folks as well. Chao is the CEO and founder of Princeton NuEnergy, which you may have heard of from the prior conversation with Jonathan. Chao is the Cleantech Open National Grand Prize winner in 2021. So congratulations to Chao. We'll hear from him about what he's up to. Davy is also a Cleantech Open alum, and he was a Cleantech Open Northeast winner in 2020. His company is Andluca. And Kwaku Jyamfi was also in the class of 2020, and his company is called Farm to Flame Energy. So Chao, Nick, and Kwaku, as well as Julia, are all based in New Jersey. So we wanted to make sure we had a little New Jersey focus for all of you. So I'm going to turn it over to Julia first. Thanks.
Great, thanks, Beth. And yeah, love to see some familiar faces here. So I'm Julia Byrd. Part of my time, I run an entrepreneur in residence program for clean technologies run out of Columbia University. So I know this is the New Jersey kickoff event, but we do work with any startups that are in clean tech that are based in New York or have significant impact in New York. So Farm to Flame and Andluca are both clients of the EIR program as well. I also see we have David Levine on, who is one of our EIRs. There's actually quite a bit of overlap between our EIRs and the CTO mentors. You know, this is a great group of people. So yeah, I've been working with Cleantech Open for a number of years. First is sort of a channel partner. I ran a program, a proof of concept center to take early stage technologies out of the universities and get them into startups. And many of those teams went on to participate in Cleantech Open. And then recently I've been mentoring as a lead mentor. It really is a fantastic program. The quality of the connections that you make, the other mentors, and the startups themselves as well. You're just going to meet so many wonderful people that are going to help accelerate your business. From the mentor perspective, it's very gratifying to be able to work with these early stage startups like yourselves, because we see so much progress in such a short amount of time, how much you learn about who your target customer really is and the business model that you're going to end up pursuing and how your pitch improves throughout the entire accelerator program is really, really gratifying to watch. And it's one of the most satisfying parts of the program. So you're in a very supportive environment. Everybody wants to see you succeed, and everyone is really excited when you get those learning and those big wins. So it's a great ecosystem to be a part of, whether you're a startup or a mentor, a volunteer, or anything else. I'm happy to answer any specific questions you have.
Thank you, Julia. You made a really good point about supportive. I totally agree that this is a very supportive environment, and you know, there's a little bit of a competition at the end, but generally we all want everybody to do well. So and I think you'll feel that when you are part of it. So Chao, you're next.
Oh, thank you, Beth. Really appreciate your introduction. Very happy to see you. And also, thanks to Jonathan and Judith for the great introduction. I think I'm going to utilize this very short time. Just I want to thank many people here. So first of all, introduction. My name is Chao. I'm the CEO and founder of Princeton NuEnergy. And I think the several people I want to really appreciate is that first of all, we are in the Eco Complex in New Jersey, and we get a support from the Eco Complex. I'm not sure Serpo is here or not, but really appreciate that help. And second thing is that the Cleantech Open, that we are very happy that last year we really participated in this. And I think the more important thing that what I learned here is that the mentors really guide me and teach me how to think and brainstorming everything to build the business model, everything. And give us a lot of support. And the third thing is I want to really appreciate NJEDA. First off, I get the support. They pay everything for the Cleantech Open, and also get the seeds grant from the NJEDA that I really appreciate Jonathan and all Judith's support. And I would like to say that for this entire process, we learned a lot. Actually, I'm the NJEDA's alumni. I get my PhD there, and also I spent my 5 years in Princeton for the postdoc. And right now, the Princeton NuEnergy, we just closed a $7 million investment. So we are collaborating with NJEDA with Princeton, and hopefully in the future we can get more people involved in the cleantech research. We can get more and more interesting stuff coming out soon. And yeah, that's all. And really appreciate I can be here and give me this time, and very happy to work with everyone here in the future. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Chao. It's great to see you, and thanks for your great words, and good luck with the next steps for
thank you.
NuEnergy.
Yeah.
Turning it over to Nick Davy of Andluca.
Hi, Beth. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yep. Great. Thanks. Yeah, excited to see kicking off another round of Cleantech Open. It was a great program for Andluca. We participated during COVID in the summer of 2020, which is a virtual version of the accelerator. And you know, in particular, community is really important for being an entrepreneur, especially if you're a solo entrepreneur or whoever you are. And that was one of the big benefits of Cleantech Open, was getting to have some fantastic mentors with a diversity of backgrounds, from finance to law to engineering. So that was really helpful, meeting other founders, and then going through the deliverables. Even though it was virtual, you know, I felt like we made a lot of very valuable connections, and we're able to get our story in front of investors, future team members. We actually found some team members through the program that saw me pitch. That was very helpful. So at the beginning of, I shouldn't say this a lot, but at the beginning of 2020, we had like $10,000 at the bank. And we ultimately, through the program, raised, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars from angels, then won a phase 2 from the NSF for $1 million, then rolled into phase 2 at the Air Force, and on and on. So it got us through, the program was really helpful, got us through a critical period, the so-called valley of death. Led to team members, investors, and just elevated every level of our kind of our work product as a startup, your slide deck, your executive summary, your financial model, all these things. So yeah, highly recommend, and happy to be a resource. We were a Princeton spinout, and we've been supported by NJEDA, CIST, and also some of the New York programs. So very healthy ecosystem along the Northeast corridor, and would encourage you to look for those programs and ask for help because it is there. Thanks.
Thank you, Nick. And you make a really interesting point that it's not just about how much you make during a specific program, but it's also what it leads to, and it leads to connections and those opportunities where you feel prepared to take on whatever comes next. So I'm going to turn it over to Kwaku. Kwaku, are you here?
I'm sorry, I was just going off mute. But hello, yeah, thank you so much for having me here today. My name is Kwaku Jyamfi. I'm CEO and co-founder of Farm to Flame Energy. And I was also in the 2020 cohort of the Cleantech Open Northeast. And it was very, very helpful. Basically, I graduated out of Carnegie Mellon after doing a master's there for 2 years. So I graduated in COVID and got right into the program because we were looking for a warehouse to build our 30 kilowatt biomass power generator. And so we make these generators that utilize multiple waste feedstocks, agricultural waste, for electricity generation at half the cost of diesel. So through the Cleantech Open, we were able to commercialize that idea, get our business model solid, and raise a little bit of money as well. And it really just helped us to get our target market and our business case useful and ready for commercialization and scale. And so in 2021, it was good. We raised like 814K. And right now we're in the midst of raising a $3.2 million seed round to put a megawatt of our generators down. And so we're excited to do that in New Jersey, in the Northeast, and with a lot of vertical farms. And the mentorship that we got from Cleantech Open was essential to start.
Excellent. Great to see you, Kwaku, and really fun to follow your success as well. So keep those great things happening. It's great to see. So Talley, do we have more slides to show?
Sorry, my internet just went down and came back. Yes, we do have a couple more slides.
Okay, I think we're going to get ready very soon to hear from a few startups, so that should be really fun. So stay tuned for that. And thank you to all of our speakers. Yes, I think we're ready to do some pitches. So Talley, if you want to lead that off, it's really, it would be great. I think you may have the names, and I'm not sure if I do.
Yes, so our first person who said that they wanted to pitch is Callable Butler. Are you still on?
There we go. I had to unmute.
There he is.
I would like to just basically introduce myself. Callable Butler. Got a patent on a new engine that will challenge your understanding of physics, but I can explain it all. You could basically replace the combustion engine and put it in vehicles with unlimited range. I know you're going to say that's impossible. You can put it, have a generator connected to it and produce unlimited electricity. I know you're going to say that is impossible. The main thing I want you to think about when you think about this technology is that it's mechanical. So a lot of the laws that you think apply to it don't. And been doing this, I've been developing this by myself for over 15 years now, since I got the patent and everything else. And now it's time for me to get help to build a company around it and to finish the development part of it. We need to raise money for the prototype. I've designed it and I just need money to buy the products and to put it together. Now, I would love to have anybody ask any questions about it, or go to my website or contact me. I'll put my email up and I will answer any question, even send you out a technical document that's way more technical than most people want to be, to explain all the technology about it. And I thank you very much.
Thank you, Kayla, and it's great to see you. And I know that we've connected in the past, so it'd be awesome to have your application come in and have us take a look. So if you have any questions, do let me know, or anybody who's spoken today. I'm sure we'll be happy to answer questions as well. Who's next, Talley?
Parish Trevitti, I believe. if you are still here and would like to present.
I'm here, but I'm like a mentor. I have two of my friends on the call, and if they want to tell the story about their product. So
Andy, why did you start first, and then I will take second half. Andy, are you there? Okay.
It's okay. Just give us a sense.
Yeah,
Okay,
right
I'll
here.
say Paresh. Okay, go ahead.
Andy got it. Andy got it.
Okay, my name's Andrew Peck. I'm the founder of a company called Vault E. We're actually, I'm a New Jersey guy, but our business is based out of Pittsburgh, of the University of Pittsburgh Microgrid Lab. Our invention, or our new invention, is a 48 volt DC microgrid. And we are building a microgrid in Kenya, in a small village, about 3 hours from Nairobi, where we're training the villagers to install, build, maintain, and operate a 48 volt DC microgrid so they can have electricity in their community for the first time. And there are investors already involved in this, but I just wanted to introduce your group what our new invention for lighting up Africa. And we actually call it electrification for humanity, because 89% of Africa does not have electricity. And there's so many children that don't get educated, that don't have clean water, that don't have light or medicines. And we need to, as a citizen of the world, I think we have to find a way to power these villages. And we believe we have not just the technology, but we have the business model to support this, this great system to be scaled into Africa. We're also fortunate to have a UN ambassador on our team, Ambassador Brian Bowler, and a former president of the African country of Malawi, Joyce Banda. So with their support, we're hoping to build a model to help light up Africa. Thank you.
Great. We are very interested to see your application. I think that sounds like a great project for sure. Is there anyone else, Talley, whom we wanted to hear from?
One second. Yes. My another friend want to talk.
Hi, this is Suresh Sharma. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm based in Boston and Massachusetts here, and we have a system, CHP system, 1.5 kilowatt system. We have more than 600 systems installed in Europe. We produce power, heat, and hot water from natural gas, biogas, propane, LPG, CNG, and eventually the green hydrogen. You know, and we are trying to bring this technology from Europe to United States now.
Fabulous. Okay, we can use that for
yes,
sure.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So I'm working very hard with the people in New Jersey, New York, and Massachusetts.
Oh, interesting. So are you part of the Paresh Trevitti team?
Yes, virtually, yes.
Okay, great. Okay, excellent. Looking forward to hearing more about that. Thank you.
Please, yeah.
And James Pfeiffer requested to pitch if you are still on. Going once.
I think
all right.
I don't see him on.
We will ask Deborah, you were in the chat talking about your startup. Would you like to pitch?
This is James Pfeiffer. Can you hear me?
Hi, James. Yes.
I'm sorry about that. So I'm sorry about this whole thing. I didn't learn of this till just this morning. So I'm a vice president of special projects, which means I do everything that the president doesn't do with green waste energy. We use pyrolysis to process calorific waste into energy. Actually, it's process it into a synthetic gas, which is cleaned and then is used in engines to make electricity. This has been tested and it works. We just in dire need of putting in a beta system in New Jersey where we can bring people to see it to get things going. This can do more to reduce carbon emissions than any other technology that I know of. Our emissions are extremely low. And then when you look at the emissions from landfills or incineration, and you put them together, against ours, we really have negative emissions. We can process any kind of calorific waste, whether it's organic or inorganic. So that means anything from tires to municipal solid waste. We'd like to get funding for a small initial site in New Jersey. That's it for now.
Excellent. Thank you very much, James. Good to hear from you. And I don't know if that's it. Is there anybody else who wanted to pitch as well?
Deborah Feeman, did you want to pitch?
Thank you so much. I tried saying I wasn't ready yet, but the quick thing is that it's an educational toy for children to learn about energy saving and solar energy. So I'm hoping that it fits in the category, but I'll go through the application and see if that is a good fit. So thank you.
Awesome, thank you. I think it sounds like it very well would be.
Yeah.
I'll hand it back over to Beth.
Yeah, okay. Well, thank you very much. It's really great to hear from all of these different entrepreneurs. And I know that it is not necessarily easy to stand up in front of a crowd of strangers and tell your story. So I want to thank you for your courage and for doing that. So thank you to Kayla, Deborah, Andrew, Suresh, and James. Really great to hear what you all are up to. Do we have, I think we probably have 5 minutes if anybody wants to, we want to just open it up for Q&A. I think that might be a nice way to end the meeting. So we can take questions if you want to put up your hand and use the official reaction button at the bottom, or you can just put a comment in the chat, or
is there any way we can get the email address for other people so that we can send a summary of what we're doing?
That is not,
or I can forward to you and you can forward to other people, whatever makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, if you're part of the program, then a lot of people will find out what you're doing.
Okay.
So why don't I put it that way?
Okay.
You could put your email in the chat.
Yeah.
You can do that and people will reach you that way. That's great. So Gordon, you had a question?
Yes, I'm Gordon Belcher, and I have volunteered to be a mentor. And last year I was a judge in one of the, I guess, one of the levels of the competition, and I had to review various submissions, and with other judges picked one to move on, I think, to the final round. So my question has to do, and also I'm a patent attorney, so that's my area where I think I could help some of these startups. And I was just curious when the, how the mentor process is, how the mentors are selected and assigned to different groups.
Oh, that's a great question. I can answer that.
Oh,
so yeah. So the way that we select mentors. So the first step is that you apply, and the second step is that we have a mentor committee, and a member of our mentor committee will be in touch with you probably before the end of April to say, hi, let's schedule a time to chat, get an understanding of your interests and your background. And then when we know who all of the startups are who are going to be participating, we look at all of the mentors, all of the startups, and we have 2 separate surveys, one survey for startups, one survey for mentors, and we take your answers and then work through what we think you need and what you're telling the startups, what we think the startups need, what they're telling us they need. And we also look at which startups the mentors are most interested in, and we try to put together an interesting mix of skills for each startup team. So it's a little bit of art and science where we do try to do some matching based on preferences, but also based on variety and where we believe the gaps might be, if that helps. So, so for example, and you know, Chao and Nick and Kwaku could speak to this, but one example is that we might have, we'll have a lead mentor and then a few other folks who are also mentors on that team who might have complementary skills. So it could be, so the lead mentor is somebody who's done this before, like Julia, whom you heard from, and we have another lead mentor in the meeting. His name is David Levine. So if you want to text him on the chat, I think he's happy to respond as well. But we'll have a lead mentor, and that could be somebody who's familiar with the program and familiar with generally clean tech innovation and entrepreneurship. And then we match them with other people. So it could be marketing and finance and some kind of technical person who really understands the technology and or the core one of the key market segments, and perhaps somebody in sustainability or yeah, there's a variety of different skills that could come into this, and it depends on what the startup is looking to do. We have a wide variety of mentors. So, and then of course, there are people outside of the mentor team who the startups get to work with as well. So always an interesting mix of people.
This program's been very helpful because when I did the judging last year, I didn't have as much context as to how the startups reached that point of the process. So I appreciate all the information during this program.
Absolutely. You're very welcome, and thanks for judging.
Hi, Beth.
Does anyone else have any questions?
Hi, Beth. This is Chao. I have a question. Before talking about the question, and first off, I really need to thank my lead mentor, David. I think he's really good mentor. Should anyone need help, should reach out to him for sure. And my question is that so for my company right now, we have several the younger generation people joining us, like no matter it's intern or very junior. So do you think that we can also send them into this program, or you think we have already sent once, we cannot do the second one? So just curious about this.
I'm sorry, can you ask your question again? I want to make sure I understood your question.
Oh, yeah, I just want to see, because we have more and more junior people to join our company. So what do you think if I can send junior people to join or not?
Interesting. Let's discuss that. I'm not sure if that would make 100% sense. I appreciate your asking. We have had people go through the program more than once, so it could work. Typically, we have we want the founder to be part of the team. So if you felt like you really wanted to do it again and perhaps work on building up a new market segment or perhaps working on a different product line, then I could see maybe doing it again. Or perhaps you pivot and you want to do it again, and maybe you'd bring somebody else with you. But yeah, I'm not sure. But we can talk about that if you wish.
All right. Thank you, Beth. Thanks for your answer. Thank you.
Yeah. So I think we should probably close because it is 5 o'clock here. But I want to thank everybody for coming. If you do have any questions at all, I will put my my email in the chat. And I think, Talley, there may be a like 1 or 2 more slides that I can just run through with the information about the application and the media kit. So I believe we put information on both of those in the chat, but I believe that they are the last couple of slides, if I'm not mistaken. Do you want to just
pull those up?
Put those up, and then we'll say goodbye to everybody. So thank you, everyone. But stick around, and I'll show you the last couple of slides. And in the media kit, we have information on other upcoming events, and also information about the prizes and the brochures and some other things. Okay, so there's our media kit. It's bit.ly CTOMK 2022. That's Cleantech Open Media Kit. So CTOMK 2022. Take a look in there. There's a lot of information. We would love to have you follow us. We are very active on both Twitter and LinkedIn. So here are our Twitter handles. So Cleantech Open Northeast, Cleantech Open, which is the national organization, and NECEC, which is our employer, Northeast Clean Energy Council. Next slide. So here's where you can apply, cleantechopen.org, and you'll find lots more information there as well. But do not delay if you want to apply. Make sure to get started soon. And tell your friends if anyone's working on an interesting solution for the environment, climate tech, clean tech, send them over. And again, thank you, everybody. Really appreciate your sticking around, and thank you again to all of our speakers and to the New Jersey Economic Development Authority and CSIT.